Guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. All right, so we're doing replacing the alternator on this 2016 Honda Accord. So basically, if you guys are replacing it, well, before we start, all right, you guys will probably want to know, like, what the symptoms are in the test for a bad alternators. Most, like 99% of the time, if you guys have a bad alternator, there's a good chance that your vehicle died while driving. Or if your car was on and it was idling and it died while idling. Reason being is that your car was probably running off the battery till the battery died. And the alternator probably died like a little bit ago. And then it's running off the battery. Obviously, the alternator is not charging the battery. So there you have it. The battery is completely dead. And the test for this is, if you put cables from another car onto your vehicle, it'll start up, and then when you take the cables off, it'll die out. And there's a reason for that. The reason is the car's running off the electricity from the cables. It's not running off from the alternator. And that test is pretty much a solid test as far as alternators are concerned. Now, I've seen a lot of vehicles where the vehicle died on the street, particularly on the freeway. I've seen a lot of these instances where people who don't know how alternators and batteries work, they're hood to hood, front to front, charging the battery, thinking that it's going to help them. You're going to have to charge that up for like 2 hours before that actually gets you anywhere. And even then, you'd be running off the battery and not the alternator. But in any case, this video is on changing out the alternator on an old 2016 Honda Accord. As you guys can see, there is a first thing you guys want to do is to take off on this vehicle. There, obviously, you're gonna have to take off the serpentine belt. If you don't want to pattern out the belt, you guys could, in this case, actually use a bungee cord to actually keep the belt. Just have it off the alternator, but essentially just keep the belt pattern in where it is. Just tie the bungee cord to another part of the vehicle. Once you get that off, there's just outside of that, this job is pretty easy. There's a bracket you need to take off. There's a plug you need to take off, and there is a cable from it that pretty much connects the alternator to the battery. That's what you need to take off. So essentially, there's just 2 cables you need to take off outside that bracket. The alternator itself has a bolt on top. It has a bolt on the bottom. This job is not a very difficult job. It's pretty easy as far as where the alternator is located. I've seen some vehicles like Nissans, particularly Nissans from 2010, 2011, 2012. Around the Nissan Altimas had like really difficult have the alternator. You pretty much had to jack it up and get the alternator from there. But in this case, you don't have to jack the vehicle up, although you might have to do it to actually take the belt off, because the tensioner, you know what? It's been about a month since I worked on this car. I don't think you need to jack it up, to be honest with you, to take the serpentine belt off. But that's probably the only thing you'd have to worry to take off, aside from the alternator in this case. Anyway, you guys have a question on this, definitely drop a question in the comment section. Please subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Appreciate your time, guys. Take care.